What's up, everybody? Good morning. We are swinging into day 3 receivers today. Today is going to be all about day 3 receivers. We have a lot to get to. So let's just go ahead and get started here. We're going to be kind of blowing through this quickly. Going to start with Tez Johnson, who I know is currently projected as a day 2 pick. On the aggregate, he's a 94. So that would be a late-ish third-round pick, but I'm just going to go ahead and get ahead of that. There's no way Tez Johnson goes in the third round now. Like, I can't imagine that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say a couple weeks from now, the aggregate will catch up to what the rest of us have realized. And that goes the same for the other big boards that I think are just a little bit behind the 8 ball here. Tez Johnson, Oregon, he's quite simply too small. He's got very short arms. He's one of the lightest receivers ever. Let me zoom in a little bit here on my document. 5'10", tiny hands, and he's not fast either. Like, if you're going to be this small in the NFL, you better fly. 4.5 140 is not doing it. His acceleration is okay, but it's still not good enough. He is athletic in the sense of explosiveness and change of direction, but how are you going to be 154 pounds and running a 4.5 140? That tells me you just rode Oregon's offense to whatever success you had. He's been productive the last 2 years. He's had 170 or so catches over the last 2 years for over 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, but it's at Oregon. So what does that really mean? Probably not a lot. He was very efficient. I will give him that. His open field moves are hard to handle. So maybe there's some future for him as a return man, but even there, it's like you're going to get hit. And what are you going to do when you get hit when you're 154 pounds? So in the open field, he's dangerous, hard to bring down, very explosive athlete, great quick twitch movement skills. He's a good route runner, and he runs a variety of routes. He has an advanced grown-up route tree, and he has ball skills. So he means well. He tries. It's just in a package that has very little chance of finding success at the NFL level. He's obviously going to be slot only in the NFL, if anything. And that speed, man, I'm sorry. I don't want to say a 40 time is everything, but I needed something much better from this guy. Benefited massively from the Oregon system. He will never be a contested catch guy. If you get him in a contested catch situation, you may as well just mark it incomplete and move on to the next play. I just can't imagine him holding together physically to have much of an NFL career. I don't even think there's much upside here. So what is there to really get excited about with Tez? So I take him in the 6th round. I don't think I'd take him before the 6th. I don't even know if I'd take him in the 6th. What's the point? Next up, we have Tory Horton. Tory Horton. I always want to say Tory Holton because of Tory Holt. Colorado State, 22 years old. Pretty good size, but very short arms. Tested pretty well, didn't do every event, but he's fast and pretty athletic. Big boards mostly have him in the 4th. The aggregate has him in the 4th. Very disappointing 2024. He missed a lot of the season, only had 26 catches, but 2023 was so good, he didn't need to have a big 2024. He's validated his abilities already. Over 1,100 yards in 2023. That's more than good enough to validate himself. So the size and speed combination is legitimate here. He's a great route runner as well. He runs routes very cleanly, very crisply. His ball skills are strong. If the ball is in the air around him, he's going to make a play on it. His hands are good. He doesn't drop a lot of passes. Even though he doesn't necessarily look like he'd be a big threat in the open field with the ball in his hands, he's actually pretty good at grinding out yak. Does a good job getting extra yards. He's good at reading zone defense. You put him against a zone defense, and he's going to read it and find the hole in the zone and sit down in it. And generally speaking, there's a sense that he's a hard worker who's going to maximize whatever he can be at the next level. Now, while he is pretty well sized in the sense that he's 6'2.5", he's lean. So defensive backs are going to outmuscle him a lot. At 196 pounds, he's just a little bit lean, and that's going to be a problem sometimes. So contested catches, that's not really going to be a strength of his. He's never going to be a contested catch guy, which is frustrating because one of the benefits of size is that you can win those situations, but that doesn't seem to be something he's ever going to be able to do all that well. He doesn't really have the arm length to play outside, and his release package isn't. You need a much better release package to be able to play outside, and it doesn't seem like Horton's going to be able to do it. So this is another guy who is probably meant to be mostly a slot receiver. And of course, like I said, he missed most of 2024, which doesn't make him a bad player. It does give you a little bit less to work with. Like maybe he was working on his release package and he was going to unveil it throughout 2024, but he didn't get a chance to. So you have to work with what you know from 2023. So, generally speaking, he feels a little unremarkable to me, but there's a lot good here. There's a lot of stuff that feels above average. I think that he can be an effective part of a team's passing attack. I just don't know if he's going to be able to play on the outside. Like, his release package and his arm length tells a compelling story. So, I'd go late third. I don't feel great about it. Part of me wants to say early fourth, but I don't think the late third would be a bad thing. Okay, Tai Felton next up here from Maryland, 22. About average height, but very light, very short arms, even shorter than Horton. Small hands. So he's a speedster. He's a fragile speedster. He's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong. Explosive, quick, fast. So there's good stuff with Tai Felton, but man, he is very small. Big boards are all over the place. A couple have him in the third. We got the fourth, the fifth, the seventh even. The aggregate puts him in the fourth round right now. Coming off a very good season for Maryland, 1,100 yards, 96 catches, 9 touchdowns. So he was good. He's been good the last 2 years. Been very productive. 1,800 yards almost. His straight line speed is undeniable. If you get him on a 9 route, he's going to stress the defense. And he has the ability to find the ball in the air over his shoulder and run it down. He's somebody who has a good sense for locating the ball in the air and then going and get it even deep downfield. After the catch, once he gets the ball in his hands, his combination of speed and explosiveness is really, really hard to handle. He is a pretty good route runner overall. I think there are some areas where he shows the ability to, like, set up a defender or vary his running up a little bit. So there is some route running savvy. He's got good hands, and he has experience playing all over the place in the Maryland offense. He lined up as an X, a Y, a Z. He's explosive. Like, there is definitely a lot of talent. It's hard to imagine him succeeding at the NFL level with press. So I don't know if he's going to be a slot guy, but if you're going to play him on the outside, you probably need to have him on the move, pre-snap, a lot. He's not somebody who's going to get it done at the point of catch. Like, if he's getting in a little bit of a physical battle with a defensive back at the point of catch, it's not happening. Spatial awareness sometimes isn't what you want it to be. He doesn't seem to have great awareness of what's going on around him, and he'll never be a good blocker because he's just too lean. So I think that the more physical nature of the NFL is going to eat him up. That's kind of what I feel like right now. I think he might be a special teamer. Maybe he can be a yak guy, somebody that you get screen passes and bubble screens and dump offs to, and then he just takes off with it. But for me personally, I think the more physical nature of the NFL game is going to be a big problem for him. But the speed is enough for me to say late third round. And I know that sounds a little bit contradictory, but the speed and explosiveness is big. So, little bit complicated, my feelings there. Pat Bryant, however, a little bit less complicated. The Illinois guy, 22. Good size. He's bigger than the average receiver, especially in this class. But he's got short arms again, which is annoying. Good sized hands, I guess. His testing was, I mean, he's slow, but he does have a decent amount of explosiveness. He jumped well. Big boards, third, fourth, little bit of maybe the fifth. The big board actually currently puts him in like the fifth, the aggregate, I mean. Last year had almost 1,000 yards, was his big breakout season for an Illinois passing attack that was far from great. So he's got the size. He's good at high pointing the ball. He can do the Des Bryant thing where he can go up and get it at the highest point. He can go up and get it through coverage. He will do everything in his power to win the jump ball. He's pretty good at using little footwork fakes and little tricks in his route running to get open. The little abilities to deceive a defender and get a little bit of space to get open. He's made massive improvements over the last couple years at Illinois. That is one thing that a lot of people have noted about him. So he seems to be a good learner. And if he can keep improving over the next couple years, maybe he could really become something. At the end of the day, though, he's just very slow. 4'6", 140 is hard to get around. It's not like he's huge. He's not, some 6'8" receiver that's just going to go up over the top of everybody. He's 6'2". That's not that great. And I think that better cornerbacks are just going to make it impossible for him to separate. His hands are not that good, so it's not like he's guaranteed to catch everything that goes his way anyway. He's probably just a chain mover at best at the NFL level, not really a yak guy. He's never going to make people miss. Not really somebody who's going to bowl people over. He's not that kind of player. And if you're going to be this kind of player, you got to run block. And Pat Bryant, not seeing much run blocking from him in the way that we need it right now. Just not. So I kind of view him as like a red zone guy. You bring him in the red zone to catch jump balls. That's about it. I don't think there's much going on here. He has a place in the world. He's got to improve some of the more tertiary elements of his game, like blocking. But I don't know. This one, late 5th round for me. I just don't see that much, except a very specific use case. So, yeah. Late 5th round is about the best I can do. And that's it for this batch. More receivers coming later today. I know we're in day 3 now, but we're going to get through it, and we got to talk about this stuff. See you guys later. Go Hawks. More videos soon.